Yeah, it's Big C, Fin Posse Podcast in the building. If you hating on the Fins, turn this up louder. I grew up on Shula, chalk lines, cold rain, Marino in the pocket, dropping dimes, pure flame. 7-2 perfect, you can't say a thing back. Undefeated on your head, living rent-free fact. Jason Taylor off the edge, helmets turn to skyward. That thumping chest, every hit like a siren. You talking about rings, get your history straight. We the reason that the word perfect holds weight. It's that Fin Posse, rage, turn the volume up. Hey, slick on Miami, you'll get called out tough. From the Orange Bowl ghost to that aqua on the cuff. If you doubt these Dolphins, you ain't studied us enough. Fin Posse, rage, put respect on the name. Big C on the mic, lighting lanes in the flame. This the Fin Posse rage, yeah, we bark, we bite. If you talking about the Fins, better get that story right. Yeah, Larry C. Sonka in the mud, blood on his mouthpiece. Ricky in the backfield, making whole crowd screech. Wake off the snap count, quarterbacks daydreaming. By the time they look up, all they see is teal streaming. You forgot about Grease, you forgot about Twilly, you forgot Nat Moore going up, getting silly from Marino to a lineage, same jersey. We've been airing that thing out since before you that 30. Posse, rage, turn the volume up. Y'all slick on Miami, you get called out tough. From the Orange Bowl ghost to that aqua on the cuff. If you doubt these Dolphins, you ain't studied us enough. Fin Posse, rage, put respect on the name. Big C on the mic, lighting lanes in the flame. This the Fin Posse rage, yeah, we bark, we bite. If you talking about the Fins, better get that story right. This for the diehards, slamming doors on the loss. This for the old heads still quoting Shula talk. This for the kids wearing jerseys in June, waiting all year just to scream in the room. It's that Fin Posse rage, turn the volume up. Talk slick on Miami, you'll get called out tough. From the Orange Bowl ghost to that aqua on the cuff. If you doubt these Dolphins, you ain't studied us enough. Fin Posse rage, put respect on the name. Big C in the crew, let them drown in the shame. It's the Fin Posse rage, yeah, we bark, we bite. Fin Posse Podcast, get the Dolphin story right. Woo! Get the Dolphin story right. Woo! Get the Dolphin story right.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to it.
Sorry about that. Welcome to another episode of the Fin Posse Podcast. I'm your host, Big C. And this is brought to you by Game Changers Media and an idiot that doesn't know anything about technology. I was trying to do a live stream strictly for the members today because the members deserve it, right? The members are the ones that stick by my side the most. They're the ones that are helping this channel to keep going. So I was trying to do something special for the members. And for some reason, I'm sitting here talking and it's showing me up on StreamYard and it's not showing me to the members, I guess. So I'm sitting here talking to myself, doing a whole show strictly for myself. No one else can see it. And yeah, so that's something I'm going to have to figure out. Whether I got to do pre-recordings, maybe, I don't know, but I promise I'll have some members only content coming for you guys very soon. But for today, this is going to be for everyone because otherwise nobody gets nothing. So yeah, owners meetings going on. We're going to do another mock draft today. Jeff Hafley sat down with Kay Adams. I absolutely love Kay Adams. If you don't know Kay Adams, where have you been? Because she used to be one of the co-hosts of Good Morning Football on the NFL Network. Very sad that when she left, but she's doing her own thing, having her own little show called Up and Adams. She's absolutely wonderful, and she's not bad to look at either, so that helps. She has gotten a little skinny over the years, but still a great woman of football. I love watching her. And she sat down with Coach Haf. They talked about some interesting things. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about some of the top 30 meetings or interviews that the Miami Dolphins have set up or that they're gonna partake in. wide receiver trade to the Miami Dolphins. I hope not. I think that would be a real dumb move, but who knows? Who knows? We'll talk about that. And then we're going to do the mock draft a little different. I challenge any one of the members because I've been letting members come up and do mock drafts recently. Today we're going to do a little different. I challenge a member of the channel to come up and beat my mock draft. Today I'm going to do a mock draft. You're going to try to do your mock draft, and we're going to let the audience decide the winner and see who is GM for the day. GM for the day. So that's going to be fun. But let's get into it. Let's say our hellos to the chat. And again, I apologize for the delay. I was trying to make some content for the members. So know that I'm not just sitting here, asking you to become members for no reason. I'm going to have special stuff for you guys. I just got to figure it out a little bit more. So bear with me, please. Bear with me. Miller, good morning. Bonnie, good morning. Marcos, good morning. Miller says, what do you think about trading Brooks to the Vikings? He didn't get extended, and they desperately need a linebacker with the cap and free agency losses. They have pick 18, and we threw in a fourth. It gets done. I don't think so. I don't think that the Green Bay Packers are going to trade a first-round pick for Jordan Brooks. I think Jordan Brooks is absolutely fantastic, but Jordan Brooks is 28, 29 years old. That's a little old for you to be tossing a first-round pick over to him. I think they can get a linebacker in the draft that they'll feel all right with going forward, that you can pay on a, you're going to also have to give Brooks a new deal when he gets to Minnesota. So there's no way Minnesota throws a first round pick. Again, I love Jordan Brooks. I think he's fantastic. If the Minnesota Vikings were to offer pick 18 for Jordan Brooks, I absolutely think the Miami Dolphins should jump all over that. But I don't think that's really realistic. But yeah, I mean, I'd do it, Miller, if they would offer it, but that's just, there's not too many 28, 29-year-old players getting traded for first-round picks. It's just not really a thing, unless it's a quarterback. Oh, Bonnie says, from the interview yesterday, they want Brooks on the team. No one has been given an extension yet. That's true, Bonnie. He's one of the three pillars, right? They talk about these three pillars, which I think is kind of crazy that they don't got Patrick Paul as the fourth pillar. I mean, typically everything that has a stable foundation has four pillars, right? You would think 4 pillars. Why isn't Patrick Paul being mentioned as that fourth pillar? Za Humphrey, 95-86. No lemon. I agree. I don't think you take a wide receiver in this first round of this draft. I'm not in love with any of the receivers. I mean, Tate's probably the best all-around receiver in this draft class, but he's not fast enough for me. He's just not fast enough for me. I like his teammate at Ohio State. Was it Jeremiah Smith? I think he's going to be fantastic coming out next year. And if we don't need a quarterback next year, and maybe that's the avenue the Miami Dolphins, maybe they shoot down that road and take a top playmaker. I just don't see a Jamar Chase or a Justin Jefferson, or CeeDee Lamb in this draft. I just don't see it. I think there's a lot of good number 2 wide receivers in this draft, number 3 wide receivers in this draft. I think it's a deep class as far as receivers go. I just don't see no stud star wide receivers in this draft. And if you're taking a wide receiver in the first round, I feel like they should be a star. And maybe that's just me. Miller says they added void years to keep Achane and Brewer, left Brooks alone. He's gone. I don't know about that. They did move their contracts around a little bit, but I don't believe Brooks is gone. Why would they be up there saying the things they're saying about him? There's no need to do it. Bonnie says, I saw you. I was wondering what was happening. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was happening. Miller and them said that they couldn't see me. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. Joe says I'd smash. You talking about Kay Adams? She is a pretty lady. I do like me some Kay Adams. And if anybody on here is a wrestling fan, Liv Morgan. I like Liv Morgan quite a bit too. Yeah, my wife knows all about those girls. They might be my hall passes. I Dolman says Sully and Hafley talked about getting weapons. Does that imply drafting skill positions before trenches? I don't know about that. He definitely talked about the wide receiver position, and they talked about a trade. We'll get into it. He was asked about AJ Brown. Kay Adams asked him about maybe the possibility of the Dolphins trading for AJ Brown, which I think would be a complete disaster. You don't add a guy that has the issues that he does to a young football team like this. Listen, I think AJ Brown is extremely talented, but he's getting up there in age also. He's had some injury issues. We all know about his personality and how he acts. The guy wasn't happy winning the Super Bowl. He wasn't happy about the amount of targets he was getting. They start giving him targets, and he's not happy about the type of targets he's getting. I think he's just one of those diva wide receivers that may be starting to suffer CTE, and I think it would be a bad mistake for the Miami Dolphins to try to add A.J. Brown. Would he be an upgrade over everything that we have on this team right now? Absolutely. But I don't think that's the direction this team's trying to go in. I think this team's trying to build from the ground up, and I think that's the right move. Adding A.J. Brown is not the right move, in my opinion. He's got a hefty contract. I don't know how the Miami Dolphins would make the money work, but Kay Adams was asked about A.J. Brown, and Jeff Hafley kind of deferred the question to like, hey, we got 7 picks in the top 100 this year. So I think the Dolphins in that top 100 may address the receiver position twice, but I don't think that means that they're going to address it before the trenches. I think they're going to go into this draft and hopefully look at the board when it gets to when their name comes up, and they take the best player available at a position of need. If that player's an offensive lineman, take them. If that player's a defensive back, take them. If that, you know what I mean? If that player's a wide receiver, take them. Now, to me, I don't think there's a wide receiver in the first round that I would say is going to be at the top of that board. I think there's offensive linemen that are better. I think there's defensive backs that are better. I think there's edge rushers that are better. I don't see the wide receiver position as one of those positions that is going to be better than those other ones I just named. But who knows? We don't know. This is very unknown to all of us. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more too. Dean says, I will challenge. All right, brother. They didn't add Voyeurs to Brooks' contract because they didn't need to. Doesn't mean anything. I agree, Bonnie. Jay DeGray, what up, brother? Could Brooks in a third get picked somewhere in 35 to 40? I don't know. Again, Jordan Brooks, I love the guy. He's fantastic. I think he's the best middle linebacker we've had since Zach Thomas. And, but he is 28, 29, looking for a new contract. So, I mean, you would think a third in Jordan Brooks, because, 35 to 40 is a second. It's an early second. But a third round draft pick, that's only one round less. I would do it. I think that's a smart trade. I think that's a smart trade by somebody else. If you need that, if you're a piece of 2 away and you feel like you get the right middle linebacker and that takes your defense over the top, Why wouldn't you make that move? Why wouldn't you? Marco says, to Big C, have you used PFSN mock draft simulator yet? If you haven't, it's similar to stick to the model, but prospect rankings are different. Yeah, I haven't. I've tried a lot of them over the years, and I tried a lot of them this year. This one, the stick to the model just is consistent, in my opinion. It's very consistent, and I like where they have people ranked. Miller says, I like the guy from Washington if we take a guy late in the first, but my top wide receiver priority is Ted Hurst. Ted Hurst, I like Ted Hurst too. Probably end of the second, maybe third round guy. Are you talking about Boston, Miller? What's his name? Denzel Boston? Is that who you're talking about? Bonnie says, agree, no, the AJ. AJ doesn't want to get thrown the ball. I'll take him on the suffers because the Eagles use him as weapon number 3. So you want AJ Brown? And how, weapon number 3, I mean, Saquon's going to be your top weapon over there. I mean, AJ Brown's not the top player on that football. I mean, Saquon Barkley is. We'll see how much time we got, Miller. Dean yelled for it first, but I do have you at some point. Brooks is also a sell high guy like Achan. I agree, Joe. When you get time on your hands, play around with it. The website. I got it. You gotta say pause there, Marcos. Joe says Brooks, Waddle, Achan are the coveted toys at the garage sale. Waddle went, the new GM, maybe the wife's saying it's time to put the old toys on the front table. Miller said, I'll take Boston for sure, and I do want AJ. We could probably get him cheap. Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with AJ Brown. I want nothing to do with him. Bad visits with offensive line prospects that would be later rounds. Travis Burke out of Memphis and Willis out of Washington. Likely day 3. Got a feeling they will surprise us in the draft picks. Yeah, I mean, again, that was another thing that Kay Adams had talked to Jeff Hafley about. She mentioned the Green Bay South type, the Green Bay South rumors going around, and the joke that, that joke that's going around that the Miami Dolphins are the Miami Packers, this, that, and the third. And, Jeff Hafley kind of nipped that in the butt and was like, no. He's like, I was in Green Bay for a couple of years, but are we going to sit here and copycat the Green Bay Packers? No. Am I trying to turn this team into the Green Bay Packers? No. He said he just wants hard-working guys. He's not all about stats. It's about turning on the tape and watching football players play football, hard-nosed football players that, try on every play and that want to win. It's not just about stats. Stats can be deceiving. You can be a very good stats guy and, a half-ass player lots of times. I mean, look at Randy Moss. Randy Moss is one of the greatest receivers of all time. He has an argument as the greatest receiver of all time. And I know that everybody, Jerry Rice is obviously on that list of greatest receivers. He owns all the records by a mile. But Randy Moss was supremely talented. So dominant. But Randy Moss took a lot of plays off. If Randy Moss wasn't getting thrown the ball, Randy Moss took a lot of plays off. Jeff Hafley wants players that don't do that. He wants effort on every play. He wants real football players. He wants players that want to work. He wants tough guys that they're not going to, every time they catch a pass, walk. I mean, I think that's why Jalen Waddle was traded. A lot of him was traded for that. How often did we see Jalen Waddle catch a pass and then have to go to the sideline? Almost every time he caught a pass. Almost every time Jalen Waddle caught a pass, he had to go to the sideline. And I'm not trying to shit on Jalen Waddle. But I mean, it is what it is. Jeff Hafley got a certain vision in mind, and he wants to change the culture here. And if that culture means more being like the Green Bay Packers, then yeah, of course. But he's not trying to turn this into the Green Bay Packers. And I think by saying that and what he said yesterday to Kay Adams, you can't say that, oh, this is what Green Bay does in the draft. That's what the Dolphins are going to do. No, that's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true. John Eric Sullivan and Jeff Hafley are going to do their own thing. Now, sometimes it's going to look like the Green Bay Packers, but they're not trying to copy them. They're not trying to make them in their mold. They're not trying to do that. And that makes me feel better. That makes me feel better. Because I don't agree with everything that the Green Bay Packers have done. I don't agree that Green Bay doesn't take wide receivers or skill players in the first round of the draft. Sometimes you got to. Now, are the trenches super important? Yes. Is the defensive side of the ball super important? Yes. But sometimes you need to draft an elite skill player in the first round of the draft. So I'm glad that he made it clear that they're not just strictly trying to copy the Green Bay Packers way of doing things. Figueroa, what's up? What's up? Big C, I did some research on top 30 visits last night. 22 of 32 teams took between 1 and 4 players from their top 30 visits. League-wide, on average, of 1.3 per team. Many were the team's first picks. Dolphins took 1, Packers took 2, league averages over 1. I think it's a good bet that we take one of those top 30 meetings. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, if you meet with 30 guys, you would think that you would at least take one of them, right? You would think that one would impress you and one would leave his mark, and you would grab that guy eventually. Because they're meeting with guys, they're not just meeting with first round guys, they're meeting with later round guys. I mean, I said something about the top 30 visit that they have planned with Ty Simpson. They have a virtual meeting planned with safety from Toledo, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. They had a visit with Carson Beck. They also met with Carson Beck at the Combine, quarterback from out of the University of Miami. Carson Beck's obviously not a first round guy. I could see Carson Beck getting drafted by the Dolphins in the 5th, 6th round. Also, the Miami Dolphins, along with the Dallas Cowboys, the Steelers, and the Ravens, are set to have a meeting with Arkansas quarterback Taylon Green. Listen, Taylon Green had a great combine, right? He's a fantastic athlete, but he needs a boatload of work as far as the quarterback position is concerned. I don't think if this guy wants playing time, I think he's going to end up having to switch positions. Maybe play a tight end or something like that. But do I think that the Dolphins draft him, or should they draft him? Probably not. He just needs too much. He's been living off his athleticism his whole life. And when you get to this level, everybody's athletic. When you get to the pros, everybody's athletic. And if you don't have the skill set to be a quarterback, you got to think these guys are the greatest players in the world at their positions. So that's another visit that the Dolphins have planned. That would I be mad if they took Taylon Green? No, unless they took him in like the 3rd round. But if they took Taylon Green in the 7th round, I'm not mad at that. But I don't think they're gonna. Miller says, real Question: did you hear the rumblings? Lemon out of combine. He didn't interview well, and he could slide due to that. He smokes weed and was high, I guess, is the word on it. If he falls, trade. I mean, I heard that he was weird at his interviews and stuff, but I mean, you'd have to be pretty retarded to go high to the combine meetings, right? You have to be pretty stupid. I don't think it's some secret conspiracy strategy method to try to up the price on them. Possibly. But those deals come on draft day after a preseason injury from another team. I agree. Glenn, what's up, brother? I don't know. I do not even know why the Dolphins looking at quarterback. This team will do anything this year with having a top 5 pick next year and get a quarterback next year. Glenn, I agree. I don't think that the Dolphins should necessarily be drafting a quarterback this year. This is Malik Willis's job. This is Malik Willis's job. Point blank, period. So why, I don't mind taking one in the later rounds. I don't. But if you're talking about taking a Drew Allar or a quarterback that could go in the 3rd, 4th round, I think that's a wasted draft pick. You already have a young quarterback on the roster that can give Malik Willis some competition. Now, do I think, is Drew Allar a better quarterback than, the guys that we have on the team already? I mean, probably not. Probably not. And if things go bad this year, this team should be focused in on the 2027 draft and getting your signal caller then. So again, still in all, it's a wasted pick. Either Malik Willis plays balls out and you don't need a Drew Allar, or Malik Willis plays really bad and you still don't need a Drew Allar because you're picking a quarterback early in 27. So I agree the Miami Dolphins should not waste any of their prime picks on a quarterback this year. Glenn, don't forget to become a member, brother. Yes, please help subscribe. We're 47 away from 500, or from 1,000, excuse me. 47 away from 1,000 subscribers. Also, like 70 watch hours, I think. Let's take a look. Let me take a look real quick, and I'll give you the exact numbers. Let me give you the exact numbers here. We're getting very close. So if you guys can help me get over that, that'll be huge. Yep, 47 away. 47 away, and see the watch hours. 64 watch hours away too. So 47 and 64. 47, 64. Cam Miller is not the quarterback. I mean, let's be real, Miller. He's a can't body. He's probably not even going to make the team. Cam Miller is nothing, bro. He's nothing. Figueroa, you gonna become a member, brother? I think Lemon will be a Ram after they trade Devontae Adams. I don't think they're trading Devontae Adams. I don't think they're trading Devontae Adams. Trade Brooks in the 11th pick to get Washington 7th. Craig, who are you taking there at 7? Who are you taking at 7? I'm interested to know who you'd want to trade up for. Mansour Delane, obviously, he's the top corner. I swear Kansas City's going to take him if we can't jump over Kansas City. Glenn says Dolphins' schedule is brutal this year. The NFC North and the AFC West, two of the top divisions. I agree, Glenn. He doesn't have the arm, Miller. He doesn't have the arm. Glenn, I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling better, Glenn. It's great to see you back in the comments. Don't forget to become a member though. Hopefully we get a chance to meet up at a game this year. Figueroa says if Taylor Green, Drew Allar, Cole Payton are there late in the 5th or 7th, I would take one of them. I agree, Figueroa. They could cook with Puka and Lemon. Yeah, but they could keep Adams and still they traded one of their first round draft picks for McDuffie, right? They traded one of their first round draft picks to Kansas City for McDuffie. So they got one draft. They still got one first, I think. They still got one first. Yeah, so let's jump into this mock draft. Dean said I want to do it a little different. I want to challenge a member each and every day to beat my mock draft. So if you're a member of the channel and you think that you got what it takes to beat my mock draft, we're going to let the audience decide who the winner is. Obviously, a lot of it has to do with trades. Don't forget to add in the trade value of the future round picks too. So if I get 3 second round picks for next year, don't forget to add those in along with this year's draft haul. And Glenn, I better see you in the membership, brother. I'm counting on you. You too, Figueroa. All right, let's get into it. I will go first, and then either Dean or Miller is going to have their opportunity. And again, if you guys get sick of the mock drafts, let me know, and we can try to figure something else out. But I think the mock drafts are fun. And you know what I mean? And there's not a whole lot to talk about. So let's go. All right. Start. All right. So Delane's still there. Fanu's still there. Caleb Downs is still there. Let me see what the trade offers are. So the Rams are offering me 13 and 61. Tampa Bay 15 and 46. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I am going to have to take them up on this offer. Yes, sir. All right. So the Cowboys took Caleb Downs. The Rams took Spencer Fanu. The Ravens took Jordan Tyson. Kansas City's offering me 29 and 40. Y'all aren't going to agree with this, but I'm going to go ahead and take this too. That would give us picks 29 and 30 right now. Let me see. 20, 36 and 67. 35 and 66. I'm going to take this too. All right, let's go. It's time to put in the work. It's time to put in the work. Put in the work. All right, I'm going to go with offensive tackle Max a Heernaker. I don't know how you say his name. From Arizona State. I'm taking the big offensive tackle. Here, I'm taking cornerback San Diego State, Chris Johnson. Here, I am going to take edge rusher R. Mason Thompson from Oklahoma. Okay, I am going to take wide receiver Chris Brazel from Tennessee. Let me see what picks I got still. I got 30. Got 40, 66, 75, 87, 46, 46, 66, 20 away. 20 away. Mm. 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 I'm going to take cornerback Arizona State Keith Abney. I can't risk him leaving. I'm going to take Keon Rutledge. Taking safety Jennison Smith. Taking edge rusher Anthony Lucas. I'm taking wide receiver Deion Burks. Whew. Let me see what I've taken so far. So we got offensive tackle, corner, edge, wide receiver, corner, offensive guard, safety, edge, wide receiver, wide receiver. So we got two edges, we got two receivers, we got two corners, we got one safety. We need a tight end still, but I'm going to go ahead and take Bud Clark here. I'm going to take Oscar Delt, the tight end out of Georgia. I'm going to take wide receiver Eric McAllister from TCU. We are going to go. This is a stretch, but I like Patrick Payton. Cole Wisniewski. All right, let me see what you say. Let me get the comments up on my thing. Sorry. Do. How do you think I did? How do you think I did? So we got Max Acre, offensive tackle with our first pick. We got Chris Johnson, cornerback. We then got R. Mason Thomas, edge out of Oklahoma. Chris Brazel, wide receiver, Tennessee. Cornerback Keith Abney, cornerback from Arizona State. Keon Rutledge, offensive guard, Georgia Tech. Jensen Smith, safety, Arizona State. Man, we got 3 Arizona State guys on this team. They must have been good last year. Anthony Lucas, the edge out of USC. We got Deion Burks, super explosive out of Oklahoma. We got Bud Clark out of TCU. Oscar Delp out of Georgia. Eric McAllister out of TCU. Patrick Payton out of LSU. Wish they gave me an A- for. Nice. And then Cole Wisniewski. They gave me an A. They gave me an A. What do you guys think it is? I got a tight end. I got Oscar Delp. Terrible, all those trades. Problem is you don't know if you have a starter. How not? I'd say B. I don't know how you give it a B- or anything like that. I think it's a very good draft. You'd be lucky to get a draft like that, in my opinion. Glenn, you're disappointing me not becoming a member. You hurt my feelings. What was it easier to mock from the draft for who? You? It's not easier for me. You know how fast the chat moves? A lot of holes filled, but not filled with top talent. I mean, how are they not top talent? I mean, a lot of those guys are the second or third best players at their position. Yeah, we don't got the number one guy at their position, but a lot of those guys are second round guys. I mean, how many second and third round picks do we have? So they're the second or third best players at their position. You know, I don't know. I think it's a good trade. I think it was a good. You know what I mean? I'm not just trying to gas myself up. I thought it was a good draft. Yeah, you're tripping with a C plus. That's a great draft. You know how many starters you probably got on that draft, and you're giving it a C plus. You'd be lucky to get 3 starters out of any given draft. Lucky to get 3 starters. I would say we got 5 starters out that draft I just did. 5. I disagree. Ready, Miller?
What's up, man? Yeah, for sure.
Glenn hurt my feelings not becoming a member. I don't know what's going on with this dude.
Oh, he will. He will.
All right, here we go. You trying to do a pre-draft? You was trying to do a trade yesterday before the draft started.
Let's just run it and see what happens. Look at the trades for me.
There's no trade offers.
Oh, okay. Man, I'm taking Maui.
You got 4 trade offers now.
Oh, let's see.
Hold on one second. Hey, I'm doing my podcast right now. Are you ready to leave? Yeah. All right, give me. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. It is 225 West 11th. You want me to meet you there? You sure? All right, yeah. Let me know. I can be there in 5 minutes to help you if you need it. She said you can back all the way up the driveway to get to it. All right, thank you. 225. Yep. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good, big dog. I don't really want any of these trades.
All right. So who you look? Oh shoot. All right. Yeah, none of these trades were great. So what position you looking at?
I don't like Tennessee players, but I saw Colton Hood's pro day. So honestly, I'm gonna take Colton Hood. Ooh.
All right.
Get me Jeremy. Yep. Let's go with Kamari Ramsey. He actually is a really good safety.
They say he's the 3rd best safety in this class.
I'm going to just shoot for the stars and go Trig. We need a serious tight end.
He's kind of a receiver-only tight end, though.
Go to the BPAs. Get Lucas. We need an edge. And here's where I go a little different. I'm going to take Emmett Johnson from Nebraska. He's a really underrated running back in this draft. And go to QB. Never mind. Go to all. Scroll down for me. Oh, go up. I want Xavion. Keep going up. Right there, down just a hair. There's Xavion Harris.
Another D tackle.
I know, but we got issues, especially if we're going 4-3. And let's take the guard. Oh, never mind. Take Green. I want Taylor Green.
You want the quarterback?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Let's take the Wes Weeks overall linebacker instead of just inside. Let's take another safety. Get me Jacoby Thomas, local guy. Fans would like it.
They gave you a B. So I won on here. Let's see what the chat says. Chat, who's the winner?
Yeah, I started hot, but man, I feel you, Joe. It was a weird shakeout for the board, though, having Maui Noah there and no trades.
Yeah.
But I do like Colton Hood. I like the receivers we got, the tight end. I even like the running back because I really don't think Jalen Wright's going to make it through camp.
Dean says Big C. Bernard is a number 2 receiver at best.
Oh, no, he was definitely a bailout for Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson wouldn't have the draft profile he does if it wasn't for Bernard. People would be talking about Bernard the way they talk about all these wide receivers from Alabama that are great in the league right now.
He's definitely versatile, but he's not. There's nothing about him physically that jumps off the page.
I had one question. I was wanting to really get Cassius Howe, the defensive end out of Texas A&M, because everyone loves Bain, and fair enough, they should. But Cassius Howe seems like Bain, except he's in the later round of the first if you can trade back and get that.
Yeah, Joe, you can run with it. How many plays a game is that? Is that 1-2 plays a game that you can maybe run the ball with him? I mean, I don't think he's necessarily a bad pick. I just, you know what I mean?
Well, I appreciate it, Big C. I'm going to hop off.
I appreciate you. Right now, we got one draw. I got 2 votes. I'm guessing Joe's going to probably go with you because he hates everything I do. I got 3 votes. I think it's fair to say that I probably won this one. I know, like I said, I know Joe's going to pick you. Joe picks against me everything I pick. So, unless I trade A-Chan away. Unless I trade A-Chan away. I want to. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it, Joe. I knew it. I'm very curious to see how Glenn would vote, or would draft. Glenn don't got no love for Big C no more, though. I mean, that's true, Miller. They definitely didn't do you justice. I'll give you that. They didn't do you justice with the picks. I'm about to pop off one more just for shits and giggles. If I love doing these things, I do them all day. I do them all day. Boom. Let's see what trades. Oh, I'm not taking none of those trades. So I'm taking Mansour Delane here, top corner in this draft. I love him. I'm taking TJ Parker over Mesidor. Mesidor's 25 years old. Let's say he plays great football. After his first contract, he's already 30 years old. He's going to be 30 years old. Do you give him a second contract at 30 years old? So you're drafting a one contract guy. I'm taking TJ Parker here. I'm going to go ahead and grab Zion Young. We got 2 edge rushers. Oh, they're all going. I got to go and get me Keon Rutledge before he's gone. Oh. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Taking Deion Burks. Shit. I don't like this draft already. I'm going to go ahead and take Wheatley, the safety out of Penn State. I'm going to take Austin Barber out of Florida. Take Delp again. I'm going to take this inside linebacker, York. Yeah, I didn't get the trades that I wanted this time. Jacoby Thomas. How many picks we got left? This is our last one. I'm going to go get me the sleeper corner if he's still available. Fred Davis II. B+ on this one. B+ on this one. Yeah, so I dog, you better become a member of the channel too. Y'all boys been rocking out with me for a minute. But yeah, that's the mock draft for today. I would say I got the win over Miller today. We'll see who's gonna. Dean challenged me tomorrow, I guess. Dean says he likes this one better than the first. Joe gave me a B this one. Dolman says C+, no weapons, only one wide receiver. That's true. That's true. That's true. This wasn't my favorite draft, but it is. That's the fun of it. You can do a bunch. You know what I mean? I would have liked to trade back. You know, Delane's a great player in my opinion, but if you can grab an extra second rounder, I think the Miami Dolphins absolutely need to do that. If they can grab an extra second rounder and trade down from number 11, I think that's the best avenue for this football team, because you can add another starter. You can add another starter quality player in that second round. So the Miami Dolphins, in my opinion, should absolutely trade down from pick 11. Dean, tomorrow morning it's going to be epic. Yeah, so I pulled off the W today, Miller. Great try. I'm 1-0. See if you can knock me off that mountaintop. You know what I mean? I'm 1-0 right now. Let's go. Let's go. Who's going to be able to beat Big C? Who going to beat Big C? I said, sorry, I'm financially unstable right now. I feel you, brother. I feel you. I still got love for you, brother. But I will see you all tomorrow. Again, if you guys got any ideas for different shows or topics you want to speak about, let me know in the comments of the video, and we'll talk. We'll talk. All right. It's always great talking to you. If there's something that you want to talk about tomorrow's show, bring it up. We can do it. I love talking to you. I love doing all that. Dean, I hope so. I appreciate you. We're so close, guys. Help spread the news. We're 47 away. We're 47 away, and it wouldn't be possible without all of you. And I am so deeply within your debt, for real. Like, I owe you guys the world, and I appreciate you guys so much. You guys have no idea. Like, I appreciate you guys so much, because you're allowing me to do something that I love to do. I love to talk Dolphins football, and you're allowing it to, move to that next stage, and hopefully it continues to grow. But I need your help. I need your continued help. I need you guys to tell other people that you have a great time, that Big C, is very attentive, because I feel like I talk to each and every one of you. I feel like we have good relationships in here. I think it's more personable than a lot of other shows. And I think it's a very good time. And like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you. You're my second family. I can't wait every morning to get up and come talk to you and tell you about my day and talk about our favorite football team. So let's keep this channel growing. Let's continue to do what we love together and have a good time doing it. but it definitely takes your help. And I realize that without you guys, I would have nothing. So I don't, what the hell's going on over here on my screen? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the hell is going on. What the? Yeah, sorry, I don't know what the hell's going on right now. What the frig? All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. You know what it is. Fins up till the day we die. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all later. Until then, fins up. Peace.
Yeah. It's Big C. Fin Posse Podcast in the building. If you hating on the fence, turn this up louder. I grew up on Shula. Chalk lines, cold rain, Marino in the pocket, dropping dimes, pure flame. 7-2 perfect, you can't say a thing back. Undefeated on your head, living rent-free fact. Jason Taylor off the edge, helmets turning skyward. That thumping chest, every hit like a siren. You talking about rings, get your history straight. We the reason that the word perfect holds weight. It's that Fin Posse. Turn the volume up. Hey, slick on Miami, you'll get called out tough. From the orange boat ghost to that aqua on the cuff. If you doubt these Dolphins, you ain't studied us enough. Fin Posse, rage, put respect on the name. Big C on the mic, lighting lanes in the flame. This the Fin Posse rage, yeah, we bark, we bite. If you talking about the Fins, better get that story right. Yeah, Larry C. Sunker in the mud, blood on his mouthpiece. Ricky in the backfield, making whole crowd screech. Wake off the snap count, quarterbacks daydreaming. By the time they look up, all they see is tears streaming. You forgot about Grease, you forgot about Twilly, you forgot Nat Moore. Going up, getting silly from Marino to a lineage, same jersey. We've been airing that thing out since before you that 30. Posse, rage, turn the volume up. Y'all slick on Miami, you get called out tough. From the orange boat ghost to that aqua on the cuff. If you doubt these Dolphins, you ain't studied us enough. Fin Posse, rage, put respect on the name. Big C on the mic, lighting lanes in the flame. This the Fin Posse rage, yeah, we bark, we bite. If you talking about the Fins, better get that story right. This for the diehards, slamming doors on the loss. This for the old heads still quoting Shula talk. This for the kids wearing jerseys in June, waiting all year just to scream in the room. It's that Fin Posse rage, turn the volume up. From Miami, you'll get called out tough. From the orange boat ghost to that aqua on the cuff. If you doubt these Dolphins, you ain't studied us enough. Fin Posse rage, put respect on the name. Big C and the crew, let them drown in the shame. It's the Fin Posse rage, yeah, we bark, we bite. Fin Posse Podcast, get the Dolphin story right. Woo!